Online daters, what are some of the most unattractive stuff people put in their bios? Don't be boring, just ask. Entertain me. My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix legions and loyal servant to the true emperor, Marcus Aurelius. Father to a murdered son. Husband to a murdered wife. And I will have my vengeance, in this life or the next. When every picture on their profile is filtered. You do realize they'll be meeting you as unfiltered, right? They'll actually be coming in costume. You walk into a fancy Italian restaurant. The maitre greets you. You look across the sea of tables, and there, in the back of the restaurant, sitting alone, sipping on a glass of Chardonnay, is your date, the Philly fanatic. Is there a dating app specifically for that scenario? Because I'm ready. The photos are the fanatic, but gritty shows up. That's how I like my women. Fanatic in the streets, gritty in the sheets. I'm only here because my friends made me make an account. My daughter set up this account for me. Drama queen, how have you lived this long and not figured out that's a bad thing? It just means I'm emotionally immature and unstable. I'm making excuses for my bad behavior in advance. Their only photo is a group photo, with no indication of which one they are. It's the least attractive one in the group. I guarantee it. The one way in the background facing away from the camera. This isn't the worst thing in the world, but something I'm always bewildered by, some variation of hi, I'm back again, hopefully this time it will work out. This isn't conventional social media with followers. Or banned from Tinder, so now I'm here lol. Saw one of those in the wild recently. It only created 2 questions in my head. Why? How far do I need to run? Edit. Even if you are banned for a nothing reason, putting it in your bio for other apps is bad for 2 reasons. This app is your secondary backup, don't want to be here. The assumption is the ban was for a correct reason. I actually read this once and laughed out loud. You gotta be the one to chat with me first, cause I'm not gonna do it. And if you even try hi or hello, I'ma block you so fast. To this day I fear for the person who might actually fall for her. Such a piece of work. Edit. People keep bringing up the difference in male-female experience on dating sites, so I'd like to add that this was on the lesbian side of Tinder. I saw a girl's profile that said, "You better message me first" in Bumble. For those who don't know, Bumble full stop does not let men message first. I was on Bumble in its early days, and just over half the women I matched with would, after a week or more of nothing, message me something along the lines of, "Why haven't you messaged me yet?" Or "Not a great first impression if we match and you ignore me." First couple I tried to explain, I can't message you until you message first, that's the point of the app. Since it was a new app and maybe they weren't clear, but they did not like that response, so after that I just unmatched everyone who sent me that stuff. Not worth the trouble. They actually changed it so they have to message you within 24 hours now. You, as a man, still cannot message first, but have the option to extend the time by another 24 hours, once. If they don't message you within that 24 to 48 hour time frame, Bumble automatically unmatches you. I saw one girl's profile that said something like, "If you don't reset the timer I won't message you," like a test right off the bat. I didn't reset the timer. People that spend the majority all of their profile describing what they do not want. Immediate downer vibes. Edit. To those defending their downer lists, I get it, we all have stuff we don't want. Thing is, you can frame your profile to describe what you want while still implying what you don't want. I like kind and spontaneous people instead of I don't like mean or boring people. Passionate people with a plan who get things done instead of don't be a procrastinating loser with no drive. Fellow gymaholics desired. Instead of please don't be fat and lazy. Active lifestyle hikers clubbers traveler set who can't wait to leave the house. Instead of Netflix and chill is so boring. Focusing exclusively on what you don't want teaches me almost nothing about you besides all the stuff that grinds your gears. It's also a red flag that you're judgmental and negative. Focusing on what you want tells me both what you're into, and also most likely what you're not into. Immediate downer vibes. On that note, good vibes only. If you don't make over $3,500 a month, don't even bother. No gamers, ew. No pets, that's gross. No boring stuff, only exciting dates or I'm going home. Positive vibes only, I'm an empath. I'm an empath, physically painful. I am unfortunately related to someone who regularly talks about how they're so sensitive because they're an empath and yet is the most selfish, unempathetic person. It's made me immediately dislike anyone who describes themselves that way. This long laundry list of requirements in a partner with no mention of what they're going to be bringing to the relationship. This is one of the worst. It doesn't matter if I think I tick your boxes. Look for that when you swipe. Tell me about you so that I know if you tick my boxes. Putting their own requirement gives off the vibe that they are very self-entitled and expect people to do the work for them. Anything that says don't, if you, most of these contain some superficial trade emo. Don't dead if you open inside. Fluent in sarcasm. Oh, that just made me exhale loudly in disgust. Like sometimes I can jive with those people, but a lot of times they really just mean I say mean things and act like a pouty asshole and attribute it to sarcasm, and those are the ones I don't duck with. My personal favorite is when you come across multiple profiles with the same profile pic but they are all in different locations. Duckin' wizards. If you can't handle her while she's teleporting, you don't deserve her while she's not teleporting? Message me on, insert other social media here. I don't use this app. Listening off the most basic stuff, i.e. I like tacos, margs and adventure. Having all group photos. Giving requirements. Stuff like height, weight and number of tattoos. Adventure. Here's the 3 pictures I took when I went hiking one time 5 years ago. Everyone on social media is obsessed with hiking, except for the part where they hike. Right, you say you like hiking, but as soon as I ask you to go into the woods with a stranger I get ghosted. Crazy. Don't waste my time. Follow me on Instagram and message me there because I'm hardly on here. That screams I want more followers and don't take dating seriously. If you were more serious, you'd be more active online. Just here for the lore because my type of woman, natural charisma, unconventional, educated, self-aware, good heart, sense of humor, has a mind of her own and doesn't have a stick up her bum, would never join Tinder. Wondering if that sentence has ever been successful. I know so many women who fit that description, do go on Tinder, and left swipe on that guy so hard they nearly drop their phones. Left swiped so hard he gets whiplash by voodoo. I'm looking for someone to take care of me. This is just the worst one and screams that they'll be an entitled poss. Or, I need a guy who can handle me. Like they're some type of caged animal. If you can't handle my at my diddliest, you don't deserve me at my doodliest. Stupid sexy Flanders. Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all would be a very successful bio, I'm sure. An abundance of group photos. Showing you of friends is good, leaving people having to gamble on which person they're swiping on isn't. At best it's an unfortunate oversight, at worst hints towards insecurities. I'm mostly fascinated by the women whose dealbreakers reveal a set of values or preferences that are very different from mine, like swipe left if you're vaccinated or swipe left if you have an Android phone. Those are the best though. Imagine finding out that kind of shit 3 dates in. I talked to a lady for 2 months on OKC before she asked if I had a tattoo, and when I said yes, she backed out and never spoke again within 5 minutes. Everything else was fine up until then. I want to find the gym to my Pam. Don't get me wrong, I love The Office but, yuck. Does that mean she's currently engaged but willing to leave him for you in a few years? I want find the Scott to my Pam's mom. All photos with their hot friend. You figure out on the last photo the profile does not belong to the hot friend. Or you can't figure out which is which at all. It is always the least attractive one. If you go in assuming this, you'll never be disappointed.